If you've watched any of a slew of my videos recently, you'll know that I've been going through a pretty hefty period of project introspection to review and make amendments to my development practices and operating procedures to make me a better programmer. While doing all this, I've come to quite the realization. I used to suck at programming. Now that's a bit over-exaggerated and is intentionally misleading. Everyone sucks at skills before they truly learn them, but one of the things I've found still plagues me at the moment is code spaghettification. By that I mean the code that starts off well structured, with well-defined start and endpoints for functions. Code is defined well and testing happens in clear and sensible ways. But as I add more features and build more endpoints and functions, things go very wrong very quickly. Stack traces end up strewn across files and folders, it's hard to implement overarching changes, and generally there will be a lot of repeated code. The hallmark of a spaghetti program. There's a couple things that I believe I've identified to be the root causes of code spaghettification. The first would obviously be my method to programming. I've always been a very get-working programmer, with my primary focus when developing a new feature being getting a version of the code running first. We can have discussions about the correct approaches to programming all day, but I also enjoy being efficient at what I do, and I'm going to stick with this. This allows me to swiftly implement features in the real world. However, when we get to implementing a clean architecture, things start becoming a bit more challenging. As I'll add features like testing and error correction to the new code, I'll often have to enclose various code I've already written within various other scopes, which can prove problematic if I need to make changes to those scopes that may affect the function of the overall project. It's kind of a trickle-down thing. If I were to take a more design-oriented approach to programming, something I've been trialing a lot more of recently, I'd likely have much easier time scoping and deploying changes, making this problem much easier. The second actually has to do with my client-facing attitude. I always want my clients to feel that their needs are being swiftly and succinctly met, and a lot of my clients' needs tend to revolve around rapid prototyping and speedy feature deployment. This often acts to reinforce my get-shit-working practices, causing problems later down the line when we want to review these features before deployment, and various bugs being found encourage the rapid-paced architecture changes that cause code spaghettification. And I would argue the third and final reason is caused by my habit to overarch test. When I'm testing code, particularly when I'm in sprint development, I'm much more likely to develop large amounts of functions all at once while I'm on a roll, without stopping to do normal borderline erroneous testing. This again can lead to problems when I test the code overall later, as well as I'm able to do things faster on the whole. It leads the code to become spaghettified, slowing me down in the long run. I think the biggest delay as a result of all these points pertains to short-term speed versus long-term sustainability. I can make code the way I do now, with features coming thick and fast, but with a lot of code becoming spaghettied. Or I can take my time to plan the code, do small unit tests and build these more comprehensive tests, and have cleaner architecture. That's a question that has to be answered on each project, and I'm setting out to answer it. But with all that said, here's the usuals. If you're looking for mobile apps, desktop software, server-side applications, or websites, consider heading to my software business website at nickelsoft.co.uk. If you're looking for smartphones, head to smartphones. If you're looking for smart homes, head to nickelsmarthome.co.uk, and that's it. Smartphones. Looks like my words become spaghettified too.